Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our planners for the month of October. And I've got this washi tape here ready to go, as well as these sticker sheets from the All in a Season sticker book and these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started by laying down some wax paper over my spread, and I'm just sticking it down with some regular Scotch tape. The idea for this week came from those two sticker sheets I have already pre-pulled out. Those were actually a gift from one of my subscribers, and I don't have the All in the Season book, so I only have those sheets to show you, but that's the book that they came out of from the Happy Planner. I noticed that those leaves are very similar to a few of the ones found here in the Happy Year and Teacher seasonal sticker books that came out a few years back. So I pulled those and we'll try to pull in some of those matching stickers as I go and just kind of create a theme going from there, but with those leaves being the main part of the theme. So I found those sticker strips that kind of look like washi and have laid those down. They are just really tiny leaves and I like them a lot, except for they're a little bit busy, as you'll see. Some of the problems with working with small decor is when things get real cluttery very quickly. So I'm a little bit concerned about how busy the pattern is on the sticker strips, but we'll see how it all goes and plays out. I've also already dropped in a few boxes from the Happy Year sticker book, mainly that fall bucket list, which I'm pretty excited about since I need some things to look forward to, and fall's a good time of year to do some of the fun outdoor stuff like apple picking and going to the pumpkin patch and that kind of stuff. I don't have kids, but it's fun to do for photography reasons. I just kind of like to get outside and, see all the color and the changes of fall, since it's hard to find here in Southern California unless you go out into the countryside or into the mountains. So yeah, just looking forward to that part of it. I'm also building up some leaves there in the empty boxes at the top of the month. The idea there is to bring in a little bit more of that yellow, because I have some scraps there on my Happy Year sticker book that I used in a different spread but had some leftovers and just saved. Always save your scraps, you guys. You never know when they're going to come in handy. So I can bring in a little bit of that yellow, but most of them have been pre-cut, so I'm gotta be strategic about where I'm placing those yellow leaves. They either need to be up against an edge or kind of hidden around with other leaves, which you'll see me do in a bit. So I'm just trying to spread that around, kind of sticking with these warmer tones of the yellow, orange, and then the brown. There is a green leaf in those sticker strips, which is kind of where I'm pulling the inspiration for the colors. However, I don't really know about it. I don't feel real good about having that green color added in. I did try to add in a bright green leaf that's there on the sheet as well a bit earlier, but when I laid it down it just felt completely wrong and just changed the whole dynamic, so I put it back on the sheet. I'd really like to stick with these warm colors, just kind of keep the spread feeling kind of like warm fall feels. We'll see. I like those sticker strips a lot, but that additional green and the small pattern that is being introduced with those might not work out, so we'll see how it all plays out near the end. I also went on the hunt for a few more leaves, just trying to find some variations. I was hoping to find some other options. All that I ended up finding were these paper stickers. I don't like to mix clear and paper stickers in the same grouping usually. I kind of steer away from that. I just don't think they mesh very well sometimes together. But we're going to go for it. I'm just going to be real careful to use the paper-backed stickers on solid white areas and to make sure that they kind of have a cleaner look, not overlapping anything else, so that they might be able to blend a little bit better with the clear stickers, which are somewhat transparent and will have a little bit different look to them as they're on the page. And I was so desperate for leaves, I even cut one section out here from this box sticker that I'll probably never use. It's too big for most of my spreads. And am stealing the leaves from there, even though they're paper leaves. So I'm just trimming them out and trying to kind of condense them down into their own little individual leaf parts. And I'm also bringing in a few acorns as well. There was one darker green leaf that matched perfectly with those sticker strips that I cut out in that box, but again, adding the green just wasn't feeling right, so I have it there in the corner on hold to see if I want to try to introduce that green, but it's not looking good. And again, more leaves here and there, trying to figure out exactly how I want this to flow at the top. And I've moved that box sticker down that I pulled and decided that I want the leaves to come in from the far corner, not just from the corner of where the month starts, but all the way to the left side corner of the page. So I'm going to rework a few things and move things around a bit. I'm also taking off the sticker backing on this sheet here. It just makes it easier to pull the stickers off if you're new to planning and sticker books and everything. It really does help to take off that like excess layer of cutout sticker, and then you can easily pick up some of the smaller, finer stickers way easier than if you have to kind of fight with it trying to get it off of that backing area. And also too, it makes it a lot easier for you to lay the stickers back down, and if you change your mind, you can just stick it anywhere and it doesn't have to be in that specific spot. So as you can see, I am moving some things around, changing my mind about a few things, just kind of reworking the shape up here at the top. Originally I was thinking more like it was going to be falling leaves dumping into those 5 empty boxes at the top of the month, and that was really going to be the design of it. Kind of morphed into more of a pile of leaves, as you're going to see. More of a collection here in the corner, and then kind of more of a like picking up leaves on the breeze fade out as the month begins, or the first day of the month starts. So I'm just gonna lay these guys in here and definitely trying to cluster more together in this area. Just real quick, I've moved the wax paper up so that I could try and see how I liked the washi tape kind of defining the leaf area. And I really liked that, so I'm moving some things around now and just making adjustments to help see how that will all work out together. I do like to use my sidebar for appointments and things too for the month as they come up. The rest of the month layout I use for memory keeping, so if you are new, that is how it's being used. So I like to have a lot of space for writing in a memory each day, but the sidebar is kind of where I keep any events or whatever that come up. So I haven't really left myself any space there now that I've taken up all that corner area. I think I want to add a bit more of this washi tape down at the bottom, just again for repetition, so it doesn't feel like it's a one-off thing. You can see that same pattern again on the spread. I'm gonna do the exact same length and almost positioning just kind of mirrored, if you will, on the opposite side down at the bottom so that it's related to each other. I would have liked to do 3 strips of that somewhere, but I just didn't find a good spot aside from the 2 areas that I found. So we're gonna work with that and just see how the rest comes out. And again, I'm just trying to see how I want the flow of the top to be now that I've made that adjustment and moved everything up. Things are kind of related to each other a little bit differently, so we might be making some adjustments at the top. So now that I'm moving things onto the sheet, I'm starting with that washi tape that I'm pretty sure about, and then waiting here on this sticker strip, thinking about it, but I think I'm just going to wait and see how I like it without it first, and then if I feel the need to bring it in, I will, but I'm just not real comfortable with how busy that pattern is in relationship to the leaf decor that I've made. I just don't want it to be a distraction. I want the leaves at the top to be the main focus of the spread, so by introducing something else busy, it kind of draws your eye away from the main thing. So I'm going to go ahead and move over all the leaves that I could that were touching this like pile or cluster of leaves to start. And honestly, I really like how this looked in its simplicity. It's like a pile of leaves kind of falling a little bit there, you know, just a little ragged pile. So I think that's really a cute look. But we're going to go into the sticker book and see if I can find a quote or something maybe to add up here as well. I have this fall break that I had already pre-cut from a different spread design and didn't use. So I'm just going to see how that might look with this pile. I feel like it needs a little something written, a little quote or something. I also forgot to white out the lines. Sometimes I just get so eager to get things down on the page and I forget that I want to have a nice clean palette for certain things. So I'm going back and whitening things out with my Sakura white jelly roll pen. And it was not too bad except for right behind this big pile. I kind of had to lift these guys up and luckily they were coming up okay. It's a little bit tricky to get the pen in there without them falling back down over onto my fingers. I think I got it good enough. Just going to wait for it to dry a minute or two and then relayer those leaves back on there. And I like that better. It just has a nicer finished look to it. I'm also cutting down that fall bucket list sticker. Again, because I'm not real sure about those sticker strips that have all the different colors of leaves, didn't want to have the green leaves on the bottom of the fall bucket list there as well. So we're just going to chop it and have it butt up against the bottom of the page, which you can kind of see now. And here I just decided to move those sticker strips back. I had for sure said no, we're going to go without them. And now I will reposition some of these other items that I have and just try to rework the top with that new quote. Which really isn't quote, with the word fall. And like I said, I thought it would be better with one more layer of the washi tape, but it just didn't balance well when I tried to lay it on the spread. So we're just going to stick with the 2 layers we have there, and I think that they balance well enough because of their positioning. And just going back through here and relaying in these stickers in different areas because, like I said, I'm going to rework this a little bit due to the fact that we moved everything up. Trying to get everything to feel a little bit more grounded, I think. I like the airiness of the other one, but I think what I want this to really look like is leaves already fallen on the ground and then just a handful of them being kind of picked up on the breeze. So a lot more of these are going to be kind of stuck down to the bottom where the washi tape is, and then I'll just select a few to bring out and kind of highlight on the wind, on the breeze. Most of these stickers are pretty forgiving, so it's been good. But for some reason on the right hand side of the page, I lay a couple down and they don't move like the others. They get kind of caught up there and just cause problems. So I'm layering those guys in now. Dropping those in, like I said, kind of a little bit closer to the bottom, a little bit more grouped together. I am having it die down in size as I get to the end of the boxes and kind of like punctuating that fall quote at the end, which I think looks cute. I'm going to pull in a few more leaves just to fill in some of the gaps and bring a little bit more into the clusters here. And I wish I wouldn't have put that last one there next to the fall, but as I tried to pick it up, of course, it for some reason decided to stick really hard to the paper. So that is where it will stay. I got this idea from a Instagrammer that participates with the Plantable Challenge frequently. So I saw this spread by her. She did just a nice cute little wind doodle, and I thought that was really just precious and caught my attention. So I thought I would try to incorporate that here on the spread just a little bit. Of course, I'm penciling it in first because I am untrusting of my own freehand abilities, which is good because it doesn't come out how I really want it on the first try. So I've kind of penciled those in, and now I'm just looking for one of my fine tip markers that I can use with the same color scheme that will work for the breezy doodles there. And wasn't really paying too close attention on where I was actually hitting, and of course the best place for me to film is right between a seam in my desk, which you've probably seen in many of my videos. So when I draw over that seam, it kind of makes a little bump in the lines. So I'm going to go back and kind of trace over with a lighter shade of brown that I had pulled and thicken up some of those lines to kind of hide the mistakes. And once I separate out the sheet, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye!